I'm calling. Yeah, maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. All mine. Yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're my lady.
Hey everyone, this is Michelle from the AgedGraceful channel. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to see you guys, and I'm super excited about this video that the Beauty Over 40 makeup collab group have done, the No Rush. I hope that you enjoy seeing all the ladies with their different beautiful looks. Oh, I was excited to do this, but before I get started with my makeup look, I just wanted to talk to you about a little bit of skincare prior to putting on your makeup. So I just sat here and I used my mirror, and I have a large mirror here that has the regular magnifying side, and then it has the zoom or 5 times. So I use that to kind of look at my face and kind of shape up my eyebrows a little bit. You know, we can't go to the salon, so I did the best I could to kind of clean it up, but only under the bottom, under the arch. I didn't mess with the top too much because if you nick it on the top, then your shape is gone. And I'll just fill in using an eyebrow pencil, but I did that, and while I was also using the magnifying side, then that showed me areas of dry skin. So I have a very dry patch over here that's flaky, and you might not can see it on camera, but I can see it in this mirror. So I would suggest before you apply your makeup, make sure that your skin is clean and that it's moisturized. That's very important. So I am going to do that after this clip. The other thing I did while I was sitting here, nose hairs, I cleaned those up as well. And then a little light mustache I cleaned that up as well. And I used the safety razors. I have 2. This pink one here, it comes open like a switchblade, but it's very safe, and you can cut yourself with it, but it's going to be very difficult because it's a safety razor. And then I have this type as well that you just slide it out, but they're both safety razors that you can get from the beauty supply store. I know beauty supply stores are not open right now. I do not recommend using a regular razor. I used to use a regular razor, but I was younger, my vision was better, and I didn't worry about nicking myself, but I did several times. So if you use that, please be careful. And then I just used the regular Revlon tweezers, these tweezers here, to like get the wild hairs, because close up I can see the wild hair sticking out. Like I have a hair way up here now that I need to get, and it's difficult getting them. So just be careful. So those are some tips that you can use. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash my face and get some moisturizer on, and I'll be back. Okay everyone, I'm back. I just washed my face, and I used the Clean Biotic by Dr. Brandt. And this is a large size tube. It's 3.5 fluid ounces, and I did get this in one of my boxy charms, and it is a high-end product. I can't give you the price right now. I'm going to try to remember to research it because it's been a while since I received it, and I'll put it up in the top somewhere. But it got my face very clean, and as I was rinsing it with the water, I didn't use a towel, I just used my hands, and I felt like a squeaky clean type of feel after I used it. This cleaner is a pH balanced yogurt cleanser with chlorophyll, and it works really well to get rid of oil, makeup, pollution, and just everyday types of grime that might get on your face and you can use this in the AM and PM. Very good product. I love Dr. Brandt products. For moisturizer today, I'm going to be using my Elemis. I'm almost out of this. This is a Pro Collagen Marine Cream, and I love it. Even after I put it on like hours later, whether I have on makeup or not, I can still smell the fragrance. It has a wonderful fragrance, like fresh cut flowers to me. And it's very moisturizing, so I'm going to use this moisturizer, and especially right here where I showed you earlier that I had some flakiness. But I'm going to put this on my face, and then we'll come back and begin the makeup look. Okay, everyone, the moisturizer is all done and it's set up where I can proceed. So I'm not sure if this portion is going to make it to the final cut of the video, but I'm going to be doing my eyebrows now. So as you know, we can't get to the salon, so my eyebrows are a little bit more bushy than I normally wear them, but I do have some there that I'm gonna attempt to work with. So I'm just gonna take the spoolie end of my Wander Beauty eyebrow pencil, and I'm gonna brush up on my eyebrows like so, and then I take the tip and I just run across the top like that. So the color of my pencil is called dark brown, and this is what the pencil looks like. I'm moving it up and down so you can see how very thin and delicate it is, okay? So when I wind it up, I only wind up a small amount because they break very easily, so you have to be very careful. And I'm just going to use this pencil and kind of like fill in my natural space, and I always start maybe here because I like the front of my brow to be a little bit softer looking than the rest of it. And I'm just going to do small strokes like this and fill in my natural brow just like this. And when I get right where the arch is, I take the pencil and I draw or sketch out the tail end of it, and I come down to the end of my eye like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing now, is filling in this tail portion now. I'll draw another line at the bottom and connect the two just like that. So you see that open space there. Now I have to go back in and fill that open space in with small strokes and close up that space. And there's my tail. And you can see that the dark brown is not so drastically intense of a shade because my hair is not black. My hair is more of a dark brown, and you can see that this matches. I don't dye my hair. It kind of runs in my family that we don't gray. I think I had one gray hair up here somewhere, and when I saw it, I pulled it, and the texture of that one hair was so very coarse in comparison to my hair. My hair is very soft and it's very thin, as you can see. My mom used to comb my hair like this when I was a little girl. I would have 2 braids in the back and 1 here, but I think I had a bang back then, but I don't wear a bang now. It would be like a big sausage bang that she would spread across my forehead. So I just kind of, when I washed it, braided it up like that. I am a natural girl, and the reason reason that my hair is kind of straight like this is because I do wear press and curls, and when you wear a press and curl, it tends to straighten out your curl pattern, so it's very soft on the ends, but deep down in there, and you can kind of tell here, the hair is a little bit more packed and dense as compared to the part that's, you know, been straightened. And I haven't had it straightened since September, when my dad passed away. That's the last time I had my hair straightened, so it's been, you know, quite a few months. So that's the story of my hair. But anyway, back to the color. I like for the color to match my own hair, and I think that it matches perfectly, and that's why I don't like to wear black. So you see how I filled this one in, and the difference between this eyebrow and that one. And that's about all I'm going to do to my brow. And then I'll come back and, you know, maybe put a little bit of concealer and clean it up just slightly. But I don't think I did, you know, such of a messy job, but I just wanted you to be able to see my brows a little bit more than how you see them appear on the left hand side. So that's my brows. I'm going to finish up the left side and then I'll be back. Okay, so this is so hard to do. I hear my wind chime, so I'm sorry if that kind of gets in the way, but I'm going to be using JUVIAS products today, JUVIAS Place products. I was able to catch a 50% off sale about a month ago, and so I got the shade sticks. I actually got 2. Today I'm going to be using the Mozambique as the one that I use for my complexion, and then I also got the I Am Magic concealer, and the one that I got is number 16. So I'm going to use that to clean up my brows, and I'm also going to use it to highlight. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do next. Oh, and I'm just going to use a e.l.f. brand concealer brush to clean up my brows. Okay guys, so I have my eyebrows done, I have them concealed, and I also use that same I Am Magic concealer, and I'm going to use that as my eyeshadow base. So I'm going to let that set up. In my BoxyCharm the other day, I opened up by Yensa a lip oil, and I would have put it on earlier, but I've been sipping on a smoothie, so I would have licked it off, like I said. So I'm going to try this. This is a Super 8 lip oil. It smells wonderful. Look at that sheen on there. This is a nice oil, and like I thought, even though it's pink in the container here, it comes off clear. and it's all oil. It doesn't have, it's nothing like a gloss, it's just an oil. So I'm gonna let this sit on my lips as I do my eyes. Today I'm gonna be working out of JUVIAS Place, the Nubian 3 Corals palette. This was a palette that I received about a month ago. I got 2 palettes actually. I got the Warrior. I never had the Warrior. I had the Warrior 2. And I know that Lavinia, she wanted us to work out of one of the Warrior palettes, but everybody didn't have the same palette. So this one is very pretty. And you see those shades, just coral shades. So I'm just gonna do a look with these shades. There are no names on here. So I'm just gonna pick up the first one here. I'll show you the one I'm gonna pick up. Let me grab a brush here. I forget which brush this is, but it's a fluffy brush that I'm just gonna use this shade down here as my transition color. So I'm gonna get that on now. Using the same brush, I'm going to go into this light orange color here. It's kind of on the, well, it's not actually an orange, more like a rust or coral. It is called corals. So I'm going to use this color next, and I'm going to put this all over my eye just as I did that lighter transition color. Now I'll use the shade on this end, and I'm going to concentrate this one on the crease area. Okay, I'm going to do something daring. I've always said that your face is a canvas, you're the artist, and just go ahead and reach into that palette and do something. So I'm going to get this shimmer shade right here. Shimmer shade, say that 10 times real fast. And I'm going to put that on the outer V. Okay, so to get that shimmer shade here on the outer V, I used a very small detail brush to get it right where I wanted it to be. And the second shade that I put all over, I switched from this very fluffy brush that I used for the first 2 shades down to this size brush here. Okay, so this was the outer V. Now for my lid, I want to use more like a packing brush, and I have 3 here. But since I have, let's get it right where you can see it though, I have 3 like packing brushes here. This one at the top is kind of big for my space, and it would come up a little bit higher than what I want right now. So I have these 2. They're similar in size, but I think I'm going to take the smallest one and use that to pack in this shimmer shade here right on my lid. And I wish that these shades had names on them, but unfortunately they don't. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so as I was putting on this shade here, I really wasn't getting the same shade that I see in the palette here when I was putting it on dry. So I did wet my brush with just some Morphe setting spray just to dampen it up a little bit. So I'm going to dampen it again just very lightly, both sides, and that should be enough. And I'm gonna do my left eye, and I'll let you watch as I do that one, okay? Okay guys, I have my shades on. They are absolutely beautiful. I am so glad that I thought to like wet the brush a little bit to get that shimmery coral color to pop. And it's kind of like almost like an iridescent because it depends on how it hits the light, whether you see a more silvery look or if you see like the peach tones in it, and that's why I wanted to put a little bit of the deeper peach on my outer V. I liked using the palette. This was my first time using this one. I had absolutely zero fallout onto my complexion, so I really didn't have to clean up. What I'm going to do now is use the JUVIAS shade stick. This is also the first time using this. I hope I matched my shade pretty well, but we'll see how it turns out. I couldn't beat the price on them for 50% off, and I got a couple of them. So if this shade Mozambique doesn't work, then I do have another shade for the next time. But because it's a cream but in stick formula, I'm going to use a little bit of this Glassy by Touch and Soul as my primer, and I like that because it helps to move your foundation around if it's in a stick form or if it's a really dry type of a matte formula. It helps, the Glassy helps to kind of like move the product around on your complexion. Okay, that's what I'm going to do next. Okay guys, I had to stop for a moment and grab my mail. The man came up with packages, so I had to get them. And one of the packages that came was my COLDEST water bottle. I've been waiting for this, and I am now a brand ambassador. So I will be leaving a link in the description box, and you can use my link to get your COLDEST water bottle. We're going to be coming up on the warmer weather soon. We'll likely be spending a lot of time outdoors, especially in our own yards, to get some sunshine and maybe plant some beautiful flowers. If you can't go out to a nursery, there's some that you can use online. You can order right online and they'll ship them right to your home. I have 3 boxes of bulbs and vegetable plants that I'm going to be planting. So I'm going to get a little sip of this water that I'm going to use today. My e.l.f. Beauty Blender sponge, and I'm just going to tap this foundation into my skin. So I'm going to take a sip and then I'll be back. Okay guys, I thought I put quite a bit of the product on, and you saw how much I put on. This is not a full coverage foundation like my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I can really tell right in here it did not cover up a discoloration I have on my face. And so I am going to put one more layer on to see if I can cover up this discoloration here. After I do that, I'll be back. Okay, I have that second layer on and it did cover it up. You know, I had to really focus on getting a concentrated amount of the product along this area where the discoloration is. What I would say about this foundation is that it's probably best for everyday wear. Like if you had a really important event or party to go to, this is probably not the foundation that I would select. I'm not mad with it, you know, for the coverage that it gave me. Like I said, I think it's perfect, like for everyday wear, or you know, an occasion where you don't have to be perfect and precise. This is not the foundation that I would select. But I do like the shade on myself. I think I did a pretty good job selecting the shade, and I haven't even gone down into my neck at all. I think I did a pretty good job, and it gave me smooth, even coverage, and it went on effortlessly. And a lot of it did not soak into the sponge. I really hate when I lose product, and that's why I like to use the silicone blender. But these e.l.f. sponges tend to be a little bit different, and so I'm really liking that it didn't absorb all my product. So this is the coverage that it gave me. All right, so next I'm going to be applying the I Am Magic Concealer, and again, this is number 16, so that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I've got the concealer on, and ladies, let me tell you, this concealer is no joke. I really like the shade it gave me for my highlight. Now I'm going to use some setting powder by Nicka K. This is in the color Banana. That's what I'm going to do next. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Cover FX palette to do my contour, and then I'm going to do my finishing powder. Or do I want, yeah, I'm going to do my finishing powder, and I'm not going to do any blush, just finishing powder, and then I'm going to do lashes, but I have not decided if I'll do lashes, and you'll see it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, but let me do this part. Okay, before I do the lashes, I'm going to line my eyes, and I'm going to also, I might do a wing. It's been a while since I've done a wing, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of black eyeliner here on my waterline, and this one is called Exaggerate. What did I do with my glasses? Oh goodness. Oh, here they are here. I like to tell you guys who things I buy or what I'm using. By Rimmel of London, and it's the Exaggerate Smoke and Shine. So this one is called Little Black Smoky. So that's what I'm putting on my waterline now. So I don't lose it. I always lose it. Next, I'll be lining my eyes. I'll be using LA Colors black liquid eyeliner with this type of a wand. Now I'm going to use the Petite and Pretty mascara. Okay, guys, I was moving kind of fast. And I say, let me go back and show them at least one eyelash, but I was trying to give my skin a little bit of time. I guess probably, maybe when I did the black eyeliner, my ring kind of like dug in my face. I can't think of what it could have been, but that's where you see the indentations right there. I didn't feel it at all, but I've got one eyelash on. It went on like with the quickness. So I'm hoping that the second one does. I don't know what type of lashes these are. I threw away the box, and this is my second wear out of them. I'm using the Duo brand glue, and this one is white, but it dries clear. So if you can see what I'm doing here is just getting the glue right on the band of the lash. And the easiest way to do it is to get the glue on and put a little bit of extra on your corners, because that's what tends to pop up, is the corners. And after you get the glue on, you want to allow it to sit for a little bit and become tacky. Now, this particular bottle of glue is almost gone, so it has its own kind of like tackiness to it, just because it's a little bit older. I have a new bottle, but I want to get what I can out of this one before I open up the new one. You should never keep your bottles of glue, I would say, over like 6 to 8 months. Like pushing it would be like a year. Even though you don't put like this wand on your eye, if you're using your lashes over and over again, and they've already been out, you know, collecting dust, collecting what's in the air and things like that, then the lash itself is slightly contaminated. So when you put your wand on, you know, with the glue, then you're gonna have a little cross-contamination there. But you know, just kind of, you know, be careful. I have my large mirror in front of me, but I'm just using that to do my look. So I'm just going to use this mirror here in my hand to attach my lash, and I'm praying that I don't have trouble out of this lash. Don't give me trouble, lash. Don't give me trouble. Okay, let's see what happens. And you want to center it. I always try to center it. I rarely have to cut my lashes down. I rarely have to cut them. Okay, so it's stuck in the center. So can I get my end to end? That's that end. Now let's see about the inner end. If I can get that to attach, and sometimes putting on the mascara first, that kind of helps build up a layer for them to sit on, for the glue to attach to. And sometimes I'll use mascara first and sometimes not. And since these are this is the second go around for these lashes, there was already a little bit of glue on them that I could not get off. Some people soak their lashes in between use to clean them. If I do that, they just disintegrate for some reason. Even if I have a pair of lashes that has been stated that they will last and you'll get 25 wears out of them, I've never gotten 25 wears. If I get the 2, then I'm happy. That's why I refuse to pay a lot of money for the lashes, like $30, $40 and things like that. It's just absolutely crazy. If I spend that much money on lashes, then I'm getting the individuals, and I got it on, but I'm gonna continue to play with it a little bit. I just want to let it get a little bit tacky. When you see me again, I will have hair, jewelry, and hopefully another outfit, and I'll do my lipstick and my highlighter last. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, everyone, I am back, and I have my hair and my earrings done, and you can see the top of my dress here. I'm not for certain which position I will put the No Rush Challenge so that you can see my dress a little bit more, as well as the other ladies. I'm kind of thinking I'll probably do it in the beginning, so then you will have already seen the dress. But if I put it at the end, then you'll see it after. So to finish up my look, I'm gonna go back to my Cover FX palette, and I am going to do a little bit of highlighter. So there's 2 in here. And I didn't bring my glasses. Oh, here they are. I'll tell you the names of them really quickly. One is called Heavenly and one is called Twilight. So the Twilight is the lighter one, and the Heavenly is actually the darker one. Interesting. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the deeper one, the Heavenly, and that's this one here. So I'll get a little bit of that on my brush, tap it off, and use the mirror that's here. See it coming on? Yep, I see it. And I actually waited a little bit to see if my skin would come back, and it still has not. For me, I guess supporting my hand as I applied the eyeliner, and my ring dug down into my skin a little bit, so it still has not recovered. So that's okay. It will recover. So I think that is enough highlighter on my cheekbones. What do you guys think? Can you see it? It's pretty. It's called Heavenly. And I think I'll put a little bit on the tip of my nose, and I'll take my finger and do it here. I don't want to use the brush there. Uh-oh, I must have touched the bronzer a little bit, so let me get that away. Wow, okay. Well, in real time, you see how it happens. Okay, so on my Cupid's bow, just a little bit. Okay, and for my lip color, my daughter-in-law got some lip gloss from MAC, and when she purchased it, they gave her for free a cream lipstick, and it's not, well, actually it's a satin lipstick, cream. The color or shade is 813, and the color is mocha. I thought it was pretty. This is the shade. So I think I can get away with it. Let's see. Let me roll it down some. That's too much. And my lips kind of had their own natural lip liner. I'm naturally deeper around the edges of my lips. What do you guys think? Well, I certainly hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed having you. I hope that you learned a few tips and tricks, especially like when working with mature skin. I'm gonna keep on doing this. I'll be 64 this year, so I'm gonna keep on doing it till I can't do it no more. And thank God and my mom and my grandmother for my genes that I can, you know, get away with wearing makeup to this level at my age. I feel blessed, and I feel blessed to be a part of this Beauty Over 40 makeup group where all the ladies are so sweet and lovely, and I just want to thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart for letting me be a participant in this group. Participant. My granddaughter would just choke me now. Participant. Not pont. participant, yes. Okay, I think I've said that enough, but I just want to thank you ladies for allowing me to work with you. You all have a blessed and safe day, week, month, year. We will get through this. I love you all. Okay, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye. That was a social distancing kiss. How about that one? Okay, bye-bye.